It's interesting though, because Ariana Grande doesn't really talk about Victorious.
I'm invisible tonight. It's time I tell my story on this very late night.
What you've done to me.
I love to laugh when nothing is funny. They call me a freak.
Ariana Grande's character was the most childlike, yet she was the most sexualized on the show.
There's no point crying about that face. It seems to me like he was just one.
What is up guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be talking about the creep Dan Shneider. Not gonna lie to you, I can't sugarcoat it. I can't be any more on point than that. I think that's very on brand. I'm not gonna keep it kind and cute because that's the expectation here. I'm gonna keep it real. There's a lot of things about Dan Shneider that triggers me and that makes me feel very uncomfortable. I do want to start off by saying that the conversation we're gonna have in today's video is gonna be more on the heavier side. There are gonna be some conversations that people may not be able to listen to. I'm gonna be talking about behavior. So I'm gonna be talking about child molestation, pornography. Sometimes the uncomfortable conversations are the ones that people truly do need to hear. But if you guys want to sit this one out, then I completely understand. Just send this video to a friend, send it to a group chat, because I feel like with this conversation, people are aware of Dan Shneider being a predator. Not much is done about it. It doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It doesn't matter your age. I came across a video on my recommended, I think it was like, was it 2 weeks ago maybe, and it was a video about Dan Shneider and the problems with him. There was so much things that I already knew, and there was so much things that I found out about, and I genuinely cannot believe that people had to spend years with him on set. I can't believe he literally has a life. I can't believe somebody is lying next to that guy, knowing the type of attitude he has and the type of behavior. It stinks. If you guys have enjoyed today's video at any point, please be sure to like, comment and subscribe. I don't really do like goals. Smash a like button for the amount of research I put into this and for the facts, and just smash a like button if you guys agree with what I said in today's video. Make sure you guys join the family, join the gang by subscribing. You know how to do that because you spend a lot of time on YouTube. Don't think I don't see you. Make sure you guys follow me on my Instagram. It is a new account due to the fact that I'm not even gonna finish that sentence because you guys know the vibe already. If you watch me, you know already. Yeah, I was hacked. I've been doing this thing recently in my videos where I let you guys go ahead and just DM me. So like I dare you guys to go and DM me, and a lot of you guys have been doing it. A lot of you guys are shocked that I'm reacting. Bitch, I'm a human. If I see the message, I see the message. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be beach like, oh my god, I didn't see it. Like, oh my god, no, bitch, I saw it. If I don't reply, it's probably because I'm stuffing a Big Mac in my mouth. I wish I can be cuter than that, but it's not. Or maybe I'm on FaceTime with my friends. Like, it's one of those. Or maybe I'm sleeping. So just shoot me a DM. I'll try my best to reply to as much of you guys as possible. And yes, make sure you guys also go and check out my recent video, which is an unpopular opinion video. Make sure you guys go and check out my second channel, link down below in the description. Check out my music, all the juicy stuff in the description. Without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, these glasses are not giving me life, but you know what? It's not everything look cute on camera. Sometimes it's just like, the bummy days is okay too, yeah? According to Google, Dan Shneider is an American television producer, screenwriter, and actor. After appearing in mostly supporting roles in a number of 1980s and 1990s films and TV shows, Shneider devoted himself to behind-the-scenes work in production, and then later went on to the network of Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon was life for me. Was it better than Disney? Hell to the no-no. Hell no! No, it wasn't. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nickelodeon, like, Nickelodeon's here, Disney's here. One more jump, maybe not one more jump. Nickelodeon was great for me, and like when I was a little young one, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the banter, I enjoyed the dry humor, I also enjoyed the sarcasm. It was kind of cringy as well, but like that's what I enjoyed when I was younger. It gave me life. I love Victorious, I love iCarly, Zoe 101, Big Time Rush, The Amanda Show, Keenan and Kel. That was my upbringing. But then when it came to Disney, I'm not gonna lie to you, better acting and me humble opinion. I feel like the storylines were just better, and the chemistry, I just preferred better. So my question today for you guys is, which did you prefer, Disney or Nickelodeon? I'm curious to know. Now, with that being said, with all great things comes a downfall. Maybe not all great things, but just people who happen to be absolute wrecks and happen to be put on this world to, I don't know, be flipping predators and get away with it. Not in this house. Let's talk about the creepy behavior of Dan Shneider. Now, Dan Shneider created a lot of successful shows, but today I'm not making this video to boost his confidence, boost his ego. Hell no. When I was younger, I appreciated that. Me being an adult now, I'm looking back on some of these shows and seeing the script and seeing some of the storylines and seeing some of the actions. I'm not here for it. I made a video about Victorious. I think it was like back in 2019 with my brother. I was talking about like the best characters in Victorious. And then I said something in the video. From that point onwards, a lot of people were requesting this video, so I guess we're here like, what, 2 years later? A lot of people, so I said in the video that Dan Shneider made some really good shows, But with that being said, his actions and the things that he allowed and the things that he wanted to put on national TV, or actually worldwide television for that matter, is absolutely disgusting. For instance, Ariana Grande literally licking her toes, Ariana Grande playing with her feet. Now, if you have a foot fetish, that's all on you. No judgment here. But when you bring kids into the picture, a whole other story. That's when it becomes the issue. There was so much feet. There's so much feet scenes. And for what? If you have a foot fetish, Dan, just say it. Like, write it on the screen. Write it on the character's forehead at this point. I'm looking back at certain clips. I'm watching some episodes on Netflix. And I'm like, too much. A little too much. A little too close now. I feel like it'll make anybody feel some type of way. Watching some clips back. Because some of the things that these characters had to go through is chaotic. And I'm sure that if they said, no, I don't want to do this, I feel uncomfortable, they'll probably be erased and replaced just like that. Specifically when it comes to Victorious, there was a lot of feet jokes. There was a lot of like touchy moments. A lot of, you know, the teacher coming too close to Cat Valentine. Cat having a baby voice.
My name's Cat, like the animal. What's that supposed to mean?
Like, her doing that, it was funny at the time. Hear me out. If you go to watch season 1 and 2 of Victorious, Cat is completely different compared to the other seasons. Have a look at it. Cat looks different, but also she doesn't even talk like, oh my god, sorry, Andre. That doesn't scream character development, it screams scary. Now, I feel like a lot of the chaotic behavior didn't really take place within the first season. It's more so the upcoming seasons. Cat's voice sounds different. I don't know why no one's talking about that. Shoutout, the teacher, right? I felt like he was too invasive, or is it just me? I feel like he kept going everywhere the students went. I don't know about your school, but in my school, you can do that. You weren't allowed to have those conversations with the teachers. Like, it was just stay strictly in the class, strictly in school. He would literally take them everywhere. Do you remember the episode where they went to prison and he would be there? He would be the one to help them out. And it's quite interesting how the parents were hardly shown, but it was more so Sikowets. And I know obviously it is a performing arts school, not saying something was meant to happen there. Going back to the whole feet conversation, it's disgusting. Don't bring kids into your fetish. Now, a lot of people who were like ex-Nickelodeon stars have literally been off the rails. And I understand it. Sometimes you look at these headlines like, oh my god, Amanda Bynes is this, Lindsay Lohan is this. You're thinking in your head, how did this happen? But now you can deep it. When there's predators behind the scenes who use their power and control against you to take advantage of you, this is what happens. What did you think was going to happen? No one can be sane around a monster. I 100% get why people literally, I guess, fall off, whatever that means, take drugs, turn to substances. It's like your power isn't enough. You don't feel good enough anymore because someone is taking advantage of that. It might not be sexually, it can be physically, it can be mentally. What's going on here is Dan Shneider has taken advantage of these teenagers, of these actors, these actresses, because of the fact that he has power, because of the fact that he's given them a chance, an opportunity, given them a career. You have connections in Hollywood because you've been acting for a long time, because you've been a director. No, you don't get to take advantage of that. I imagine that they felt uncomfortable to a certain extent with their script. Imagine reading your script and then seeing a line that doesn't sit right with you and your spirit. A lot of these people, I'm sure, were rehearsing their script with friends and family. Imagine reading the script and practicing with your mother and for her to see that line. But the only reason why you continue doing it is because what? You want to make an income. You're getting fame from it. I understand why people continue doing this. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. There was a video that I came across that just literally, it sucks to see. I think that if you are aware of the type of person Dan Shneider is, then you would definitely find this video uncomfortable. There was a video of Jade and Kat. Kat was basically laying down, I believe, and she was laughing on the floor. And there was a guy recording Dan Shneider. Jade looked at the camera and then she immediately put down Kat's clothes. I feel like Elizabeth, the girl who plays Jade, I think she's aware. I think she clocked straight on the type of person Dan Shneider is. Tons of things that are already put out on social media, but imagine what they have to go through behind the scenes when the cameras aren't rolling. That is what's scary to me. Predatory behavior doesn't only take place on, social media, in Hollywood. It's definitely happening to a lot of people, but a lot of people are not even clocking it. You going into school and feeling like a teacher's getting too close to you is taking advantage of the trust, the communication, the relationship, power. Is, in my opinion, predatory behavior, especially when there's a huge age difference. I remember the time I was flooded with tons of DMs. I was surprised because I didn't realize that people genuinely were, it was a common thing to be affected by this. A lot of you guys are reaching out to me and saying that, when I go to school, I feel uncomfortable, the teacher is doing this, is doing that. And me going to an all-girls school, that's all they did. It was a story of my life for a period of time. I wish I could give advice. I wish I can tell you, oh my god, this is how to go about things. But with that being said, when you're put in that situation, sometimes the advice you're given is not helpful. It's not good enough. Sometimes you can't approach a situation just like that. It isn't that simple. I feel like Elizabeth genuinely knew what Dan was up to. Maybe she's experienced something personally with Dan Shneider to the point where she was affected. I don't know. But what happens in these situations is sometimes a predator will come onto you, a predator will do something to you, and then you say no. You're adamant that you don't want anything from that, and they try to act like nothing happened. They try to act like it's all in your head. That could be the case as well. Again, this is just speculation. Don't take my word for it exactly. I mean, I was literally up all night last night looking at a bunch of Dan Shneider videos, compilations, and his worst moments, and trust me, his entire career was the worst moment. So let's move on to iCarly, Jeanette McCurdy, aka Sam Puckett. Sam Puckett was an iconic character. I feel like she was a bad girl who had a good heart. A lot of us weren't ready to be savage, so we looked up to Sam and we lived vicariously through her. She made a video, I think it was a while back. Judging based on the title, you would think it has nothing to do with Dan Shneider. You would think it's just, you know, maybe her talking on a story of what's happened to her. My jaw literally dropped. No exaggeration. This may not be her way of saying Dan Shneider, but this is Dan Shneider. It has his name written all over it. Jeanette McCurdy put out that video, and I think her intention was to tell people without saying too much, and this is my story. This is something that I've had to deal with. This is something I've personally witnessed. It's absolutely horrifying. No one should feel uncomfortable when going to work. Nobody should feel uncomfortable, period. If you do feel uncomfortable, you should be able to get yourself out of the situation. But for some people, you're on a flipping contract. You are in literally a 5-year contract. So going somewhere where, huh? Where you going? For a lot of people, they don't have the control, the access to leave. Record labels, you want to leave because someone's not treating you right, you're not getting your pay, you're not getting what you deserve. But you can't leave because you signed a what? A 5-year contract, 10-year contract. After this, you've got to go and do another album with us. Sometimes you don't know who you're getting yourself involved with. All we see sometimes is fame, money, and power. And we're so eager to rush towards that. And that's why I'm saying nowadays, be independent. If there's a way for you as artists to do things independently, I would do that. Of course, there's benefits and there's pros to being under a label and being, you know, connected to this person because this person has associates. Of course, I get that. I think that can be another thing with these actors and actresses. I think the reason why they committed to Dan Shneider in a way was because he has connections with other people. Once they finish Victorious, they can then go on to do music. They can then go on to do this and do that. That video made me feel so uncomfortable. And then you've got Kat who's looking at him like, I don't know, like she has to be obedient. I don't know, there's some really sketchy, weird things that's going on. If you look at the videos now, it looks very, very, very sus. In the video, you can hear him say who is barking.
Did you just bark?
No. No, I did not.
It must be the set ghost.
Who barked?
The set of Ghost of Christmas Past.
That was really scary. Did you hear that? Yeah.
It's the Christmas ghost. It's the ghost of Christmas Past.
This is what I think. Now, tell me if I'm bugging. Tell me if I'm taking things like a step too far. I don't know. This is my assumption. I believe that the whole barking thing is a way of saying Dan is here without saying he's here. Them barking is probably like the code they have for when Dan arrives. That's just what I feel. If you guys disagree with me, share that down below in the comment section. The fact that this guy has been able to get away with it pisses me off. The fact that he literally I think the reason why it hasn't been taken as like a more serious issue, unfortunately, is because people haven't actually with their mouth said Dan Shneider is like the flipping predator here. And unfortunately, the people who have spoken on Dan Shneider, people who aren't as big as like the Ariana Grandes, the Elizabeths, Jeanette McCurdy's, I feel like everybody should be able to speak on a situation that's happened to them. They should be able to speak on a time where they felt like they had no power. They should be able to just speak, period. It should be, oh, I don't have the biggest platform to do so. No, I think you should be able to when you feel comfortable, when you feel ready to speak on something. With that being said, I can't stand it when people are like, oh my god, why is it on now you're speaking on it? The show ended 5 years ago. Why are you mad at it now? Hold on a second. Why are you so about her? Why are you not ready to listen to this? I think the worst case, Amanda Bynes. This one, it hurts because I used to love the Amanda show. I genuinely did. My whole family, we would always sit down and watch. It's the Amanda show. Like Amanda Bynes, such a no. Hold on a second. Let's just talk about it. Amanda Bynes, Lindsay Lohan, Hilary Duff. That was a point in. That was what I was obsessed with as a little young one. Amanda Bynes' story, oh my god, they tried to make her look like a monster. I remember the media basically making it out to be like, oh, Amanda Bynes is just on drugs because, I don't know, she's not being booked anymore because she's running out of money. Media outlets, I don't respect. Don't always go based on a headline. Sometimes reading to an article, does that make sense? Is that believable? Amanda Bynes has always been into acting. I remember coming across an article that was saying that Amanda's parents auditioned Amanda on Nickelodeon and she got the gig because, yeah, she's that bitch and she's talented. She can act. Obviously, money was coming in and stuff and she was still a teen. So the parents would basically take care of the money. When it comes to take care of the money, what are you actually doing? Like, are you keeping it for when she's able to like really spend until she's like 18. I'm actually curious. Of course you need to eat and you need to provide. Yeah, it's good that your child is talented and is able to, you know, be on these networks and make money. But like, what are you actually doing with the money? There can be broken households. There could be people who only audition their kids for these things because they want nothing but a check. They don't care to know, oh, how many more shows do you have left? They don't care to know how was work today, honey. You have to look at these things in different perspectives. You got the role. Money was coming in for Amanda. Obviously, she was in a bunch of different shows. Turns out the parents only wanted her on these shows for the simple fact that they wanted money. It became more of like a fame thing. It became more of like, you're not really a daughter, you're just Amanda Bynes, the actress, and you happen to bring us money, so great. And then I believe the relationship between Amanda when she got older and the parents was dysfunctional. Imagine feeling like a pawn. Imagine just feeling like you're not a daughter. You don't have much to offer besides being Amanda Bynes, and that's all fun. It's all fun, but there comes a time where you need to be able to just like unwind and be able to have people who knew you before you had the fame. And for Amanda to really, I guess, feel closed off or feel like she knew nobody, or to feel like everything disappeared from her as soon as she got bigger, is absolutely weird. And it's actually the opposite for a lot of people. It's really different to hear Amanda's story, because most people, when they get fame, they receive a lot of fake people, a lot of people wanting to be around them even more than before. With Amanda, she felt as though when she got bigger, the people who she knew beforehand were the people who turned against her. In the most recent years, you've seen Amanda Bynes, and she doesn't look good. Can I say that? I said it. She doesn't look good. I'm gonna keep it real. She doesn't look good. She doesn't look healthy. It seems like Amanda is very dependent on a lot of liquids, on a lot of substances. That's something that's already put out there. We're aware of the fact that, yeah, she's having a breakdown, but don't just use the title breakdown and immediately associate it with just it being her problem, it being her fault. Every breakdown stems from somewhere. Same way you guys tried to do it with Britney Spears. Nah, it doesn't work with me. In this situation, I'm believing it's because of the fact that she doesn't have the trust. It's just because she doesn't feel like she has anybody she can connect to. She's been taken advantage of, whether we want to see it that way or not. Being complimented at such a young age, great, cool, but then when it comes to a point of like it becoming too creepy, Dan Shneider, fix the hell up. But the reason why he's getting away with this is because he has the power. Everybody else probably around him act the same way too, don't care. Do you know how many people have been fiddled with in the industry? The music industry is definitely the worst though, I have to admit, definitely the worst. I remember when Keisha was talking about her story. Tell me why a lot of people were like, I don't believe it, why are you always talking about the story now? Huh? How dare you? Do you know what hurts the most? Is when women do this, because you already know what it's like to not be taken so seriously. I think Amanda's case was truly the worst. I don't know about Ariana Grande, to be completely honest with you, because she had definitely the worst scenes in Victorious. It's interesting though, because Ariana Grande doesn't really talk about Victorious, let alone her character. I think the last I've heard Ariana Grande and Kat was when that girl Paige, who's like a TikToker, she impersonates Ariana Grande, and she's like a TikTok impersonating Kat Valentine. Ariana Grande wasn't here for it, but I think looking at it now, it could have been in this perspective of like, first and foremost, girl, sit your ass down. But second of all, you don't want to be anything like Kat. You don't want to know what I had to struggle with, what I had to deal with. Like, Kat isn't all, hey. No. The most she speaks about when it comes to Victorious is her friendship with Elizabeth and the friendship with other cast members too. But besides that, you wouldn't get anything out of Ariana Grande. And you know what? Rightfully so. Rightfully so. That was an iconic period, and it helped me. It shaped my career. It gave me the mainstream success, but I'm not going to talk about it because I felt uncomfortable because I dealt with this. And maybe at the time, Ariana wasn't aware of what was happening to her. Maybe it took somebody else telling her, girl, you know, you might not see it, but I can see the way Dan Shan is looking at you. I can see the way he's treating so-and-so people. Just be alert. I know I keep going around in circles, but like the video of Ariana and Elizabeth is just playing my mind. Like I'm telling you, the way they switched up as soon as they knew that Dan Shneider was coming closer, oh yeah. Especially Kat. She was going from laughing to like looking up and being serious. You're meant to have fun on set. You're going to be with these people for like, what, 4 or 5 years. You want to be able to build chemistry that's not toxic. That's actually appropriate. It's really weird to me that Dan Shneider has a relationship with anybody. I don't think people like him are fit to have kids. I don't think that when you have kids, your perspective in life is going to change. I really don't think someone like Dan Shneider can change. I think what's going to happen, continue doing this. The only time he's really going to, feel a type of way is when someone with a bigger platform speaks on this, then it's game over. In an ideal situation, I would love that to happen, but at the same time, a lot of people just want to finish with that situation. I'm telling you, this is bigger than just Dan. In fact, this is bigger than this is bigger than the calories he be eating up, calories his wife be cooking for him. Girl, if you want to kill him, just say it. Guys, hold on a second. I read a comment and somebody's literally agreeing with me. So you know how I said earlier that I feel like Ariana and Elizabeth's code was to bark? Someone also agreed with me and said that I feel like their code was to bark. The girls and the boys all made a secret code, the bark, for whenever Dan made them feel uncomfortable, and the boys would try to direct attention onto themselves and away from the girls. If that is true, if what I said is true, oh my god, guys, listen to this.
I want you to read the second one. This is when she was underage. She was 15. Not
right.
Read that.
Who wants to see Jeanette McCurdy's toes? I've got plenty of pics to go around if you tune into the new iCarly episode.
Did you just hear that? Dan Shneider tweeted this. Tune into the next iCarly episode. Are you dumb or stupid? Pick one. I have to take several deep breaths because it's like, come on, these things are out there. We can't stop this conversation because that's what keeps happening. We talk about it and then we stop it. Underneath that video, Someone said, I met Amanda in 2003. She was a really upbeat, nice girl. She also had some eating disorder. Every time I worked as an extra on that show, she looked even skinnier. I worked on a Nickelodeon a lot as an extra, and there were a lot of rumors always of some chick who was 17 or 18 dating the director who was usually like 45. They're all in a bad situation, and they've all probably experienced something. But Amanda's one, it was bad because of the scrutinization from the media, because of people blaming it on her. Some people want to make a headline, but when it comes to affecting somebody mentally and physically, because all these things can lead to you not wanting to be intimate with somebody else, you not trusting your next partner, you not wanting to find love, you wanted to give up. Something is seeming a little off. If someone is engaging with, you know, wanting to talk to older guys, or is told to do something they don't want to do, speak on it. It's strange to me. Ariana Grande's character was the most childlike, yet she was the most sexualized on the show. I said it. I said it. Explain that one, Dan. Shneider, Shneider, creepy Shneider. Thinking about this now, actually, the only time Ariana Grande really does talk about Victorious is when somebody asks her about her hair. Why doesn't she ever show her natural hair? She basically says because she had to dye her hair so much on set, or when she was younger. She would hardly ever say Victorious. She would hardly give any attention to that show, and rightfully so. You're gonna go and check it out yourself, you're gonna do it, but she's not gonna ever give it any free publicity. Maybe at the time when she was on the show, yes, maybe it was an obligation to obviously big up the show because you're on it. The old Nickelodeon logo was literally feet. Like, it doesn't get any more creepier than that. We need to put two and two together, baby. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. What did you find to be the most, like, disturbing thing from it all? Also, make sure you guys keep this conversation going. Don't stop now. Share this video with a couple of your friends. Share it in group chats. Even those people you don't like talking to, which they need to hear it too. And yes, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!